I want to ask you a question. Do you know what job, what career, what desk you want to work on? You probably have an answer to that question, and your answer is probably wrong. Before you get all excited because I don't know you, I did the same thing, and pretty much everyone I know did the same thing. You speak to one professor or one professional, you get a rosy picture painted about a certain career path, and then you just convince yourself that it's the right thing to do. You get really excited about it, and you think it's going to turn out exactly as it's painted in your mind. The reality couldn't be further from the truth. So the big question today is, how do you know where you're going to fit in and where you're going to thrive in a career in finance or in technology? And the answer is, most of the times, it doesn't matter so much. What I mean by that is as follows. I've worked in fintech. I've worked in risk IT. I've worked in risk management. Now I've worked in sales and trading. And I've been happy in every single role. Different degrees of happiness, but I would say what made my job more pleasurable was not so much what the job actually does, but was teammates, cohesiveness of the group, whether, it felt like a family or more like teammates, but people competing for titles. And quite frankly, your manager. Is your manager looking to help you grow and willing to recognize where your weaknesses are and try to help you turn them into strengths, while at the same time being sympathetic towards your personal and family needs? If you put that all together, what you get is 8, 10, 12 hours a day, whatever it is, wherever you're working, where you feel wanted, you feel like people are helping you grow, and you're learning new things. You're enjoying yourself day in, day out. What you actually do, whether you train to be a computer science professional or whether you train to be a finance professional, of course there's some element of, I love programming, so I want to do a job that has some programming in it. But the scope that you can cover with that is tremendous. And people get very fixated on certain things. So I would say there are certain characteristics to a job that are critical and you must understand, and those should be your kind of gateway into then choosing from a select few. First one is salary. You might be in a scenario where you absolutely have to make a certain amount of money. Some people can get by on $50,000 a year. Some people have to make $150,000, $200,000 a year just to scrape by. Might sound crazy to you, but there are scenarios where that must be the salary. Then there are hours. Some people actually need 8 hours a night of sleep. I'm not one of those, but there are people who do. And then there are people who need 2-3 hours free time a night. Some people don't necessarily need that. Some people don't even want that. You need to figure out from a life standpoint what you need from a job. That will help you eliminate 80% of the noise that's out there. And by noise, I mean careers that you might otherwise be tempted to approach, but really don't make sense in your personal life. And obviously, your personal life is the most important thing. It's not how much money you're going to make or where your career is going to go. Once you strip out all that noise, it becomes actually a bit more of a challenge, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So you'll have, let's say, 5 jobs that fit what you're looking for in terms of salary, hours, and structure and location. Then within that, I encourage you to reach out to multiple people and find out what you actually would be doing on a day-to-day basis in those roles. And when you come down to it, I think there'll probably be only 2 or 3 that actually feel right to you. And from those, I always encourage people to pick 2. One would be your primary choice, and number 2 would be a secondary. It's always best to get an internship in one of each so you actually get some experience on the job and then you can make a real decision. But I understand that's not really something that comes your way. Most often what will happen is you'll pick 3 that you're really attracted to, and you'll land an internship in one of the three where you've applied. Once you have an internship in one of the three, if you like it, you kind of drop those other two options you had to your secondary choices, and the one where you have experience as an intern becomes your primary choice. And that's going to help you in terms of crafting your resume effectively, interviewing better, and ultimately landing the job you want. I hope this cleared stuff up for you, and subscribe, like the video. I'll see you in the next video.